Have you ever noticed how loud silence can be? I'm 80 years old now, and most days the only thing I hear in this house is the hum of the refrigerator and the wind against the glass. Loneliness doesn't arrive all at once. It's a slow tide, a quiet theft of the life you thought you were building. I spent 40 years winning at work, but I lost the one thing that actually mattered. Now, standing at the end of the road, I can see the mistakes I was too blind to notice when I was in the race. In this video, I'm going to share the 3 hard-learned lessons that I wish someone had whispered in my ear 40 years ago. Lessons about who you're coming home to that will determine whether your old age is filled with warmth or this deafening silence, because I realized too late that your biggest mistake isn't failing at your job, it's succeeding at work while failing the person you have to come home to. I remember the day I was promoted to senior vice president. I came home floating on air, ready to celebrate. My wife had made my favorite meal. She was smiling, but 5 minutes into dinner, my phone buzzed. A client, a crisis. I walked away from that table to take the call. When I came back 20 minutes later, the food was cold, and so was the look in her eyes. I told myself it was for us. I told myself the extra money would buy us a better life. But I was wrong. I was using the future as an excuse to ignore the present. You see, we are rewarded immediately at work. A deal closed, a bonus check, a pat on the back. But at home, the rewards are invisible. It's the quiet conversation after a long day. It's being there when the kids have a bad dream. It's the slow, steady work of being known. I chose the gold stars at the office because they were easier to count. But now, I have a drawer full of watches and plaques, and a phone that hasn't rung in weeks. I realized too late that I wasn't an ideal employee. I was a man who let his ego become his identity, and his family become his support staff. Don't be the hero of a story that ends with you sitting in a big house, alone. There was a night, about 10 years before I retired. I woke up at 3 in the morning. The house was still. I looked over at the woman sleeping beside me, a woman I had shared a bed with for 30 years. And a cold, terrifying thought struck me. I didn't know her anymore. I knew her favorite coffee. I knew her shoe size. But I didn't know her dreams. I didn't know what kept her awake at night or what she hoped for when the children finally left the house. While I was busy providing, I had stopped listening. I had spent 30 years looking at a screen or a spreadsheet and only glancing at her. I realized that love isn't a mountain you climb once and plant a flag on. It's a garden that dies the moment you stop watering it. I had expected her to be there, like a piece of furniture, waiting for the day I finally had enough to focus on her. But people aren't furniture. They are rivers. They change. They flow. And if you don't swim with them every single day, you eventually find yourself standing on a different shore, shouting across a gap that has grown too wide to cross. I looked at her that night and realized I was a wealthy man with a bankrupt soul. If you are still in the middle of your journey, if your house isn't quiet yet, then there is still time for you. But you have to listen to these 3 truths, because your ego will try to tell you they don't matter. Lesson 1. You are replaceable at work. You are not replaceable at home. If you died tonight, your company would have your job posting online before your family has finished making your funeral arrangements. To your boss, you are a resource. To your partner, you are their world. Stop giving the best of your energy to the people who will forget you in a week, and leaving the scraps for the people who will remember you for a lifetime. Lesson 2. Check the room, not just the roof. We spend our lives trying to build a bigger roof, A bigger house, more security, better vacations. But we forget to check the room. Is there laughter in the kitchen? Is there trust in the silence? A palace with a broken heart inside is just a high-end prison. Don't spend 40 years building a house you're afraid to be alone in. And lesson 3, success is a shared journey, or it's a failure. If you reach the top of that mountain alone, you didn't win, you lost. The true measure of a man's life isn't his bank balance, it's the look in his partner's eyes when he walks through the front door at 65. If that look is one of relief and love, you are a king. If it's one of indifference, you've spent your life chasing shadows. I don't want you to just listen to my words and go back to your emails. I want you to change the ending of your story, starting tonight. When you walk through your front door today, don't just arrive. Be there. Put your phone in a drawer. Leave the stress of the world on the porch. Go into the room, look at the person who has been waiting for you, and really see them. Ask them about their day, and listen to the answer as if your life depended on it, because in a way it does. Rebuild the bridge before the gap gets too wide to jump. You don't need a grand gesture or an expensive vacation. You just need to show them that they aren't the background noise of your life. They are the song. I look at the empty chair across from me now, and I would give every dollar I ever earned, every title I ever held, just for one more Tuesday night of boring conversation. Just to hear her laugh at a joke I've told 1,000 times. But time doesn't do refunds. It only offers lessons. Don't wait until the silence is permanent to realize how beautiful the noise was. Choose your home, choose your heart. Choose wisely while the lights are still on. If you're ready to start living for the things that actually matter, stay with me, subscribe, and let's keep walking back toward the truth together. Because it's never too late to wake up until it is.